For people, this is Coach Lacresha. So I decided to go live because my phone will not record a video for some reason. Probably got too much on here. So I'm gonna give you guys just a quick minute to for a couple of people to get on here, and hopefully people won't keep calling me and throw me off. Um, Give me 2 seconds, guys. Hey, Kansu. I said I'm Ive. That's so funny. Okay. So we're going to be talking about the alchemical process. Oh, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Somebody always trying to call me. So we're going to be talking about the alchemical process today. And I'm not going to be long. I'm not going to do y'all bad and keep y'all all day. In fact, I'm going to try to keep this 15 minutes or less. I just want to do an overview because we're going to attack this subject at great depth throughout the other videos. So when it comes to the alchemical process, where a lot of people kind of get lost is they still think of it as something that you do physically. You know, they're still very much thinking of it from a physical perspective. It's like their idea is about changing lead into gold or base metal into gold. But the fact of the matter is the process period is all about changing that which is base into that which is precious. And so that happens both as a physical and as a spiritual experience. Okay, the whole thing about being an alchemist, and before you could be a goddess or a god, before you can be a king or a queen, before you could be a high priestess or a high priest, you must first be an alchemist. And the reason for that is because there are a lot of people with a whole lot of power and they have no ability to affect change in their own life. They're weak, they're miserable, they're tired. So, what good does power do you if you don't know how to use it, take advantage of it, and live it in your own life? My husband has a thing about being able to discern when I'm doing something. He always calls when I'm doing something. So, anywho, when when you talk about power, power is useless and it works against you. If, hey, Sierra, if you are ignorant, broken, you know, you can take a bodybuilder who can easily carry 150 pounds all day, every day. He can run up and down the street with it. But if you take his ankle from him, if you break a toe, if you break a leg, all of a sudden that little bit of weight breaks the bank, so to speak. He's not able to do it. Hey, Jerry D. Hey, Michelle. So, alchemy is important. Alchemy is important because the power that you're looking for has to start within yourself. And that means that you have to wash away and purge that which sucks the life out of your life, that sucks the strength out of your body, out of your mind, that sucks the joy out of your emotions. It's true that every single person must go through a healing process. Okay. I don't care if they were born rich. I don't care how healthy they are in their physical body. We as people, because you are here, there is something that you must attack inside of yourself, that you must transmute. Because alchemy is about transformation, transmutation, evolution. That's what it's about. Okay, so let me just do really quickly the 7 stages of alchemy, and then we'll get into just a little brief overview of what they are, and then we'll get into it some more. The 7 stages starts with the process of calcination. Calcination is all about decomposing what is, breaking it down, dissolving it. And then when you go through calcination, all that you are is now puddle in a bowl, just all mixed in and broke down together. Okay. So after that, you got to go through dissolution. Dissolution is where you start looking at it like, okay, now that I'm not a solid and I'm floating around in this bowl, I see the gold flakes, the silver flakes, the this and that flakes, the red, the blue strings. I see all of that stuff. Okay. That's the dissolution process. Okay. You're all of a sudden become aware. That's what that's all about. Then you go through the separation process. I'm aware now of all these different aspects of myself. Now I'm going to separate these things out. This is the stuff I like. This is the stuff I don't like. This is, my ego. This is my this. This is my that. You got it all separated. Now you're putting all these little pieces into smaller bowls or whatever. Let's look at it like that. Okay. Then you go with the conjunction stage. Conjunction. Think about English. A conjunction was and, but, or, so, therefore. It combines two thoughts, two sentences together. I love mashed potatoes, but only with butter. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a conjunction. That's the same thing in alchemy. It's the same kind of process. Now you're looking at, you got all this stuff separated, and it's like, okay, I like that I'm outspoken. I like that I'm honest. I love that aspect of me. I'm pulling all these things back together and I'm binding them together, which is how fermentation comes in. Now, for those of you who know how to make beer and wine and moonshine and all that, my grandpa used to do that, guys. Oh, it used to stink like to high heaven. I hated it. Oh, the buckets were so nasty. I think I got a whooping a couple of times. I just poured that nasty junk out. It's like, oh, it's nasty. Like, did you just pour out my beer, girl? Like, oh. So fermentation is not a pretty process. It don't smell good. It don't look good. You know what I mean? But it's necessary. Okay, you think about what happens to a grape. Fermentation is all about the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's all about, this man is worse than y'all. I love being married, but my husband is something else. He's persistent, if nothing else. So anyway, so fermentation is like about the butterfly, just that process right before it comes out. Okay, so it's all about the death and rebirth process. It's about being refined. It has two aspects to it, and I'm reading this part, okay, because alchemy is not one of those things that you can just teach off the top of your head. Now, unless your name was Cheryl Star Goddess, and I will say, if you're not following her, you should do that. Letitia is a smart woman. Oh my God, and she loves alchemy. She teaches it so well. I learned a lot of my alchemy from her. Um, yeah, them husbands, you do gotta love them, don't you? Even when you want to strangle them. Then he had nerve to be leaving voicemails, y'all. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna catch it. Anyway, so the fermentation process is about putrefaction, okay, and spiritization. Putrefaction is about the decomposition of our former selves, process of inner death, by which the old elements of our conscious and unconscious minds are allowed to rot and decompose. Okay. Spiritization is the stage by which we begin to look at the world in a new light, okay, with the right guidance and with enough inner work. It involves letting go of all the aspects of ourselves, our lives that don't serve or contribute to our involution, okay. This is when we taste moments of great inner peace and stillness. Now, let me say this, because I got this from who? Who am I reading? Lonerwolf, okay, .com. Let me say this to conjunct that. When you look at the fermentation process, it is about something that was one thing becoming something else according to your desired will. What you were is what you were. All of that was not according to your desire. You had to deal with how mom and daddy raised you, aunts and uncles and grandparents and yada yada, and all the shit that happened to you and every place you be in and all the heartbreak. All of that stuff just kind of happened to you, and you just kind of grew up to be whatever. Okay, now you breaking all of this down. Okay, you mixing it all together, separating it all out, mixing it all together, making it a new whole little thing. Okay, and then, hey, Kendra, and then all of a sudden you're putting it in a bucket and you're letting it rot and then go past the rot stage to where it begins to come together again. Okay, so after that process is the distillation process. Okay, and distillation is all about integration. It's about purification as well. Okay, what happens with distillation is you are pulling in the parts that you really want. You're pulling it in you're actually putting it into practice. Okay, you're actually, it's kind of like, let me see. Okay, I'll tell you what it's like. It's like bedazzling yourself or bedazzling a jacket. I know that's the weirdest thing ever, but that's the one that comes up easiest for me. So you decide you got this design, you want to bedazzle this jacket, and you can look at distillation like you would placing the jewels on the jacket. It's like having the design over here versus getting the design into the jacket. That's what that process is all about. And then after that process comes coagulation, which is important. Okay. Coagulation may sound familiar to you guys because um it deals with blood. Okay. In the medical field, coagulation talks about the blood's ability to clot or lack thereof. It depends on whether you have a clotting problem or not. But when you cut yourself and it scab over, that's a process of coagulation, because what happens is the blood begins to clot up, and then it hardens, and then you of course you get a scab and all of that kind of stuff. It's a whole process. All right. And if your blood is not clotting, if you don't have any coagulation going on, you can bleed to death, even over a simple cut. So let's just say that this is really important. Okay. When the coagulation process is a way of us becoming free from the mind and allowing our consciousness to connect with spirit, or first matter, first materia prima. Okay. That's really, really important. So, what did I say in all the stuff that I just said to make this something that you can use? What I just said to you guys is that to change who you are, you must first identify where you are right now, who you are right now as you stand. What is it, that you need to get rid of? What is it that you need to transmute? And I've shared this already a few times, but I'm a Scorpio. Scorpios are known to be possessive, jealous, to have violent rages. Okay. Well, that's true for me. That was something that I've done. I have felonies to prove it, prison time to prove it. That was a process that was active in my life. Astrologically speaking, if you're not an alchemist, you feel like this is just how my life is going to always be. I'm always going to be possessive. I'm always going to be jealous. I'm always going to be prone to violent rages. But no, when you become an alchemist, you say, okay, after this prison sentence, yeah, not gonna be doing this jealous possessive thing. Hell to the no. That got to go. Okay. I can't do it. Um, so you let go of that aspect of yourself. But here's the thing. How do you let go? Because everybody's telling you, oh, just stop. Oh, just heal. Oh, just. It's like, well, if it was just, shit, would we all be perfect already? It's not just. So I'm jealous. I'm possessive. All right. At this moment, that's true for me. But that is not the truth of me. Okay. Because prima, my first material, my materia prima, my first matter was spirit. And it was free. And it was beautiful. And it was loving. And it was wonderful. And so anything outside of that is something that has been added one way or another, programmed in. So from there, I say, okay, so this comes from somewhere. I can look at the possessiveness. Why do I feel the need to own people? Why do I feel the need to control people? Why do I feel the need to have whatever I have to myself and never share? Why is that there? So now you start digging down into the root of the matter. And then you might find that, okay, I feel like I need to control them because if I don't, they're going to do something that's going to hurt me. I'm afraid to be hurt. Or I feel like yes, Kendra, don't ever be afraid of success. Don't ever be afraid of success. And a lot of people are. A lot of people are because they have believed the lie that's a perfect example to use. Because so many people say, oh, this person changed up when they got success. Person got a little money and changed up and blah, 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 blah. And we're terrified to be the person that's being talked about like that. We're terrified. I just can't. I'm sorry, guys. That was, I don't know what just happened. I don't know if I just got disconnected or what. But anyway, I'm sorry. So, anyway, because we've become afraid of what people have said and what we've seen, we kind of distance ourselves from certain things. Like in your case, Kendra's success. Well, wouldn't mind being successful, but I don't want to be talked about. And Lord knows I don't want to change. I don't want to lose myself. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do none of that stuff. So, um, we have to be careful about what we believe because what we believe will determine how we are. Okay. So anyway, the calcination process is about the looking. And then as you go through the process, you identify, you look at it, you separate out. I am not going to be jealous. And I choose to disconnect myself from that aspect because that's not really me. When you get back, the whole process of alchemy is to be spirit again, to identify again as spirit rather than human. Now, that's the truth. I'm not just human. I'm not this body. This body belongs to me. I operate in it. I use it. I love it. But I'm bigger than the body. This is not my first this not my first material, not my my first matter, my material prima. Not at all. It's what's in here. And so when I get back to identifying with my spirit, it's like I can't be jealous. I can't be possessive. I can't be, those things come in those moments where we start back identifying with our humanity. Okay. So the alchemical process does not end. It continues. It grows. You evolving, evolution never stops. What am I evolving into? Don't you understand by now that whatever it is that you're becoming has never been before? So you trying to reach all out here everywhere and find some kind of definition for what you're doing, for what you're creating, what you're becoming, is foolishness. It's a waste of time and energy and effort. Because whatever it is that I'm becoming has never been before, and it'll never be again. Okay? You know what, Kendra? I think you are good at discerning people. And y'all know what? For some reason, I don't know how to. Let me see. Ah, got it. Bam. I figured out how to bring the super chat back. I'm experimenting, y'all. Hey, Lady Willow from Dayton, Ohio. I'm gonna have to get up there your way sometime. Yes, I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay, so when you start looking at yourself from the eyes of truth, why somebody in my door, y'all, while I'm trying to do video, okay? When you start looking at yourself that way, you discover, okay, y'all just have to walk with me. You discover quite a lot. I think that's my son, y'all. You discover that, hey, peoples, y'all come on in. I'm doing YouTube live. It won't be but a few more minutes. When you identify again with your spirit, the limitations you once believed you had, you no longer have. The things that you once were afraid of, you won't be afraid of because you realize that you are spirit. You are eternal. You come from primordial source. Okay. You are a primordial being. Many of you are, as am I. Okay. And so whatever experience you have in this body is temporary. And so there's no point in attaching so much importance to it that you cripple yourself and stop yourself from having the experience. So the alchemist understands that his work is never done. Her work is never done. There's always more work to be done, more becoming, more to become. It's like, well, how high do you want to get? And I think about a line that Jay-Z said in one of his rap songs, and who would ever thought I would be quoting Jay-Z, but hey, shit happens. Okay, so he says, how high? He said, high is as high until I'm able to see eye and eye with the most high. Okay, that is the goal for everybody. That man laid that out. We're getting back to where we come from. It doesn't have to have a title or a name and all this stuff. So we get very lost in this 3D reality. Do you know that one of the first things I discovered when I started coming out of my body and having those out of body experiences and learn to control them, learn to cast my mind, my consciousness to other places without losing control of my body. When I first learned it, I discovered their words are really kind of almost meaningless. I mean, they're limiting, to say the least. Even when you look at the colors that we see, there's so many limits to that, because there's so many other colors, there's so many other sounds that we don't understand, don't know, hadn't fathomed, you know. And so we sometimes need an experience in the truth of what spirituality is. And to have that experience, you need to learn to be an alchemist. Okay. You need to learn to control the alchemical process, because it's always going on. Let me explain this also to you. There's always calcination process and the da-da-da-da-da, all the way down through to the coagulation process. There's solve and coagula is always going on. But a lot of times we're not in control of it. So, and I'm gonna prove this point to you guys, and then I'm gonna let it go. We've been 21 minutes. Okay, so you in a relationship with a man, and he always talking about how ugly you are. You're going through a solve process. Okay, he's breaking down your self-esteem. He's breaking down the way you think about yourself and creating in his place low self-esteem. And he's creating in his place a fear of being rejected, and that you're not good enough, and that you're not worthy, and you should be so happy to have him. You know what I'm saying? That is an alchemical process, but you're not on the winning end because you're not controlling it, and you are basically subject to what someone else wants to create in your life. And that, my friends, is a tragedy, because that is where 80% of the people in this world live their life, where they're victims of other people's desire and will. Okay. All right, guys. So I gotta go because my son and a friend of mine is over. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, let me reiterate. If you have not followed Ashera Star Goddess and you're very interested in alchemy, she is one of the best teachers I know when it concerns alchemy. And that's her name on YouTube, Ashera Star Goddess. She's not for the faint-hearted, but if you listen to her long enough, I swear you're changed. You're never gonna be the same. And then for those of you who have been asking about the apprenticeship with me, I do have room. I have finally figured out a way to get the stuff taught and to teach it to multiple people at multiple times, and it's really a beautiful process. Right now my apprenticeship is $2,500 for a year of instruction, and I do have payment plan options. $500 down, $200 a month for 10 months, or $1,000 down, $150 a month for 10 months. Come January the 1st, my apprenticeship program will be $5,000 for a whole year of instruction, just because it's worth it. Because when you take this apprenticeship, when you finish it, you'll be able to heal yourself. You'll be able to heal others. So if you want to go into a spiritual practice business, if you want to be coaching and doing that kind of thing, you will come out of it able to do that. Also, you'll learn to manifest. You'll learn to control energy. You'll learn to come out of your body. You'll learn to meditate. You will learn what your energy signature is, what's foreign to you and what's truly you. So it's worth the money. Okay. But from now until December 31st, it's $2,500. It will be going up. So, I mean, that's just kind of what that is, because it's time consuming for me, and it stops me from doing a whole lot of other things. So I have to be compensated, because I do have bills. Unfortunately, I'm not such a goddess that I don't need money. You know what I'm saying? Just like everybody else. And I also encourage you to go by and check out Eclectic Crystal Intuitive Guide on YouTube. She did a series back some months ago on soul contracts. And so at a certain point in this series that I'm doing right now in alchemy, I'm going to talk about those soul contracts. And I don't want to really have to reteach what they are. So if you're going to be watching this series, be sure to go add her and watch her video on soul contracts. My other sister, Oshun Aset Ma'at, She has a YouTube channel. Also, you might want to join her YouTube channel. And the reason why I'm pushing these channels is because there's 50 million channels to choose from, and some people are all about misinformation. They will have you confused. You don't know what to believe. You don't know whether you should do this or do that. And there are certain people that I can honestly say, trial and error, I know are genuine about what they do. That's a Cheryl Star Goddess, Oshun, I said my eclectic crystal intuitive guide. Aphrodite, your star seed healer, Aphrodite Stone. Those women, they're powerful, they're real, they're great teachers. S.I.Lee Myers, that's another one. You know, join the right channels and you will find yourself growing. This is how I grew. I mean, honestly, the universe led me to some powerful women, powerful men, and I've grown. Kansu, let me go back up here and see if I can find your whole name. Kansu Sheshmu. I always get that part lost. Amun. He has a YouTube channel. Powerful, powerful, powerful information. Also about the physical and the spiritual and the financial. I like that he's a all hands on deck type of guy. He gonna deal with all of the physical and on down into the spiritual. Because believe it or not, they're all one thing. At the end of every lesson that you learn, always remember that it's all one thing. Like I'm sitting on a couch, okay? You see the resistance from hitting that couch, but you know what? It's actually all one thing. I am my couch, and my couch is me. I mean, we're one. I am this house that I'm in, and the ground that it's on, and the trees that's on the ground, and the earth that that's in, and you know, and the universe that that's in. Oneness is powerful. The alchemist understands that oneness is the ultimate goal. Oneness with spirit. Materia prima. Never forget it. All right, guys. I love y'all. Talk to y'all soon.